President Trump says he learned a lot about the coronavirus as a result of his diagnosis, but his message to the country continues to be, it's not that bad.
Today, the president has been tweeting from the White House after his 3-day stay at Walter Reed Medical Center. This morning, he again compared the virus to the flu, even as doctors warn it is significantly more deadly.
Last night, we were just looking at some of that video. Trump appeared to struggle catching his breath after climbing the White House stairs, then removed his mask and taped a message playing down the virus threat. Right now, the White House is a hot spot with at least 18 infections among staff and guests.
We have to assume that the president still is contagious, that he's shedding virus. You're not considered free of the ability to infect somebody else for about 10 days after you develop symptoms.
President Trump will continue to receive coronavirus treatments at the White House. His doctors say he is not out of the woods yet. A new poll from Axios, 23% of those surveyed say the president being COVID positive makes them less likely to trust him and provide accurate coronavirus information. 17% say it makes them more likely to trust the president. We are joined now by 12 News Politics Editor Ted Nesi. Been tracking all of the developments about what's happening at the White House with the coronavirus outbreak. Also, the political implications of it all. So, Ted, the bottom line, what do you make of this situation unfolding?
Well, we talked about it yesterday at 4, right, Brian and Kim? This is just an unprecedented situation. You have the President of the United States in the White House. He's supposed to be isolating. He's suffering from an infectious disease. That has implications because he's contagious for everything from who can interact with him on government matters to whether future debates will be able to happen in person. It is certainly possible Trump could bounce back quickly and be back on the campaign trail again soon, but at the same time, we all know COVID-19 can be a very tough disease, especially for older patients, and some people do face a lengthy recovery.
And Ted, we are now just, 28 days away from the election, and millions of Americans have already casted their ballots, whether early or by mail. And you just mentioned the president can't even get out on the campaign trail.
Right. I mean, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here for a second. I pulled this morning the Real Clear Politics polling average. Now, this takes the average of all the polls nationally. It's not just one poll. And you see there, Joe Biden, the Democrat, currently at 51% on average. President Trump averaging only 42%. Now, that's quite a big gap the president needs to close, though I should say that we do think it's closer in the swing states than that. But still, the president would want to be out there campaigning to try to close the gap, and he can't do that right now.
All right, so that's a big part. We know the election itself is coming up. We're also today on the eve of the one and only vice presidential debate, which you can watch right here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. That factors in as well.
Right, because often pundits, we like to say that, yeah, I don't know if the vice presidential debate matters so much, but I think in this case it might. You know, first of all, they've already had to make changes. At the request of Kamala Harris's team, there will be a plexiglass up at the debate between her and Vice President Mike Pence. They'll be spaced further apart than usual. And I think in this case, we might see more people paying attention to how the vice presidential debate goes, because you have one candidate for president sick with a deadly disease. The other one will turn 80 in his first term if he's elected. So voters may be paying closer attention whether these two candidates are ready to take over as president if it came to that.
No doubt there will be lots of eyes on that debate tomorrow night. Ted, thanks for being with us. And be sure to continue the coverage on our website, WPRI.com. We have continuing coverage there of the president's diagnosis and its impact.